everybody. How are we doing? Welcome to my live stream, the regular live stream on Tuesday afternoon. My name is Rob, Rob the Maritimer. Can you hear me? First thing, it looks like you can. I think my audio might be a little loud. Just going to turn it down a little bit. I noticed that when I was doing the podcast from yesterday. Yeah, let me know if this sounds okay. Is this, I've got that in the right place? A little higher than it has to be. Okay, I think that's probably good. Audio seems good. Andrew, thank you, Andrew. So, how's everybody doing? Thanks for stopping in. Got over 30 of you here. That's great. I see lots of chats in the live chat, so I'll get to those. First of all, so this is week 2 of me doing a special live stream on the Monday before the regular live stream today. So for those who weren't able to see yesterday's, it was my second special guest. It was Kevin Colby I had on, and we had a chat. It went for a little more than an hour. I had a lot of fun. Kevin's a great guy. The week before, I met with Alexa Staranoia. That was fun too. That was my first one. What I'm doing with those after the fact is I'm basically turning them into podcasts. So they become a video podcast on the channel, on my YouTube channel, but also they become an audio podcast with Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I believe those are the two. If you are ever out for a walk or a bike ride or something and you want to listen to me and whoever I'm talking to, that's an option now as well. I had one comment about the fact that I turned it into a video podcast as well. That means that there are basically 2 copies of the live stream. There's the original live stream that I do that'll include like the 5-minute countdown in the beginning and all that. It stays in the lives tab in my channel. And then if you click on the podcast tab, that's where the podcast one goes. So I had somebody say to me, do you know you have 2 copies of basically the same thing and your videos are kind of competing with each other and they're the same thing? And yes, I do know that, but we'll see if I keep doing that. I've been advised that it's a good idea to keep it in both places because some people like to watch the live replay and some people prefer the podcast. And a lot of times, I think the podcast will be edited more. If there's any dead space or whatever, anything that I want to cut out, I'll cut it out of the podcast version, whereas the live will stay uncut, unedited the way it was in the beginning. So that's the intent. Let me know what you guys think. I'm having a lot of fun with them. Before I get off of this topic, I'll just say that I've got the next 2 weeks already lined up, so it's good. Next week is going to be a little bit different. Instead of a content creator like myself, I'm going to have Jason Velati on. He works with, now I don't have his title right in front of me, I believe he's a senior trainer with TechSmith and Camtasia. So that'll be cool to have Jason on, and he'll be talking about Camtasia and what's new, what's coming up, and taking your questions on that as well. It's been a while since I've really done much with Camtasia, even though that's kind of where this channel started. So hopefully that'll be something to look forward to. I'm looking forward to it. I will formally announce that. I believe it's Thursdays that I'll set up a community post that announces that. And I've got somebody else lined up for the following week, and I'm not going to say who that is yet, but that'll be fun as well. So anyways, if there's anybody that you'd like to see me try to get onto those shows, let me know. I'll reach out to anybody. Or if there's a different type of guest, over 40 creators like myself, or people I look up to, or people like up and comer over 40, or it doesn't even have to be over 40, whatever. Let me know what you think of the types of guests I should have on, because this is, after all, this is for you guys. I take my directions from you guys. Let's see, what's next? So the other thing that I had, I'll get into the live chat shortly, but I just wanted to mention and perhaps you can give me your comments in the live chat, and then I'll get to them. But another idea that's been put to me, something I've been thinking about, is the idea of doing channel reviews on these live streams. What do you think about that? So if somebody, one of you perhaps, if you're struggling with how things are going with your channel, and if you'd like some feedback, maybe you'd like me to kind of go over your channel and, I mean, I'm not going to be too mean about it, but kind of pick it apart, give you my suggestions. Not, again, once again, not that I'm the expert, but I could certainly give some feedback as to what I think about your thumbnails, about how often you post, your content, whatever. So that's something I wouldn't mind getting into if that's something you guys would like me to do. But the way that would have to work probably is I'd have to have it set up ahead of time. So I wouldn't be able to just, I don't think we'd have time. I get too many requests in the middle of a live stream, so I'd probably do something ahead of time where there's like a form you can fill out. Let me know what your goal is of the channel, how long you've been at it, and your channel name, obviously, and any specific questions you have, and submit that, and then I'll look at those and then go over several of them in future live streams. That's kind of the idea I've been thinking about. Let me know what you think of that, or if you have any other ideas to expand on that. I'd be interested in knowing exactly what you want to know from me. Okay. Yeah, that's that. We'll check that off. We'll check that and that and that. All right, so where are you guys watching from? Feel free to ask questions if you have any questions for me. And I will go over, no, actually, why did I check that off? The number one thing that I wrote down, why channels don't grow. We're going to talk about that shortly. But I want to find out who is here in the live chats, the live chat. So we have JKK, evening JKK, how you doing? Casa Luna will be working, but I'll watch if I can. Hello, Casa Luna. Hello, Barb, how you doing? Good to see you again. Rochelle, or Rachel, Rochelle, I think. How you doing, Rochelle? Good to see you. Sandy Mackenzie. Hello, Sandy. How are you? Can't believe I missed yesterday with Kevin. I watched the replay and was twitching with fear of missing out. Well, that's the good news. You can always watch it afterwards. It just means you can't ask live questions. Oh, incidentally, like, I know a lot of you, and maybe you're not here today, but a lot of the people in the live stream yesterday asked questions. We got a ton of questions, and that's awesome. And I'm not able to get to all of them, so I apologize for that. I will say again that I kind of went through them afterwards, and I noticed there were a lot of questions. I did post in the beginning that, and I did it today, it's helpful if you guys could put a Q, colon, and then your question in the question in the live chat. That way I can more easily pick it out. So, because the way it works is I typically start out with a bunch of questions for the guest, and we have a chat, and that's basically how the first half hour or so goes. And I try to get to all the questions that I had, which are typically questions I think you guys would want to know the answers to. But then when we get to the live Q&A part of it, I have to kind of look through the questions, and I'll kind of scroll through them, ask Kevin a question, and as he's answering, I kind of have to have another question ready. So I'm listening, but I'm also kind of scrolling through and quickly trying to... Anyways, it's very easy for me to miss a question. So if you could do that, like capital letters Q or question, and then that way hopefully I won't miss it. Not that I can answer them all anyways, because I can't. There's just not enough time, which is a good problem to have. There's lots of you joined in, and that was awesome. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. Suzette Scott. Hello, Suzette. How you doing? Please do a step-by-step guide on Faceless YouTube videos. Well, I can give you kind of a high-level overview of it. I haven't really done much. I'm not a huge... I shouldn't say that I don't support faceless channels. I feel like putting your face in channels just makes it so much easier for you to grow. Having said that, I do know faceless channels are popular, and it's a kind of an easy solution for those who absolutely don't want to put their face in their videos, and that's totally fine. So there's certainly a place for them. I did make a video on faceless channels, I'm going to say 2 or 3 weeks ago. So look back and check for that one. But basically, I mean, faceless channels can be several different things. One example that I can think of would be, like, let's say you have a cooking channel where you're cooking something in the kitchen. Some people will do a faceless channel with that and just have a camera up top looking down at what you're doing. And what do I hear? Oh, someone's upstairs banging on the. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, you'll have a camera view looking down, and maybe you just see the person's hands. Okay, that's faceless. You only see hands, and in that case, that person may or may not also be talking. Okay, so a faceless channel doesn't necessarily mean voiceless. Okay, the person may want to use their own voice. They might feel comfortable speaking, so that would be fine. Some other people will do faceless channels and just go all in on AI and not use their voice, or their hand, or not show their hand, not show anything. They might just use like an AI voice, which they're getting better. I mean, they are getting better for those who really can't speak and don't want to use their own voice. AI is an option. It's just, again, it removes that element of, or the ability for somebody to more easily connect with you. That's all. But that's not to say faceless channels can't work. They certainly can. So depending on what kind of faceless channel you're wanting to get into, there'd be a whole bunch of different ways to do it. You can set up all your video first. First you'd probably write a script, and you could use something like ChatGPT to help you with that. And then you would either voice the script yourself or use an AI voice, and then lay that out in your video editing software, and then start putting the visuals in place. That's one way to do it. And another way, again, like a cooking channel, you may just film it in real time. You're capturing your audio, and the camera is capturing your hands or whatever, and you can film it that way. So just it being a faceless channel doesn't mean there's a specific way you have to make the video and edit it. There's still several different ways you could do it. So anyways, I hope that helps give you some clarity on that. Sandy, hello from Ontario. Ariario. Hello, Sandy. Tech for Senior has a question. Hello, how you doing? From the west coast of Canada, I believe. If I was going to publish 2 videos, and thank you for the Q in front. If I was going to publish 2 videos, should I do it on 2 different days or at the same time? That is a good question. I would schedule them out over separate days. The main thing is I guess it depends on what your goals are. If your goal is to grow your channel, I would suggest getting a consistent posting schedule in place. So whether that means you post once a week or every second day or once a month, whatever it is, if you can kind of stay consistent with that so that YouTube gets used to what your schedule is and your audience gets used to what your schedule is, that's probably the best idea. So if you have the capacity to make a video every 2 days, if you want to post a video every 2 days, but maybe there's a couple days in a row where you've made 2 or 3 videos and you have them all ready to go, I don't think I would post them all right away. I would schedule them out every day or every second day. And then that'll give you some breathing room to work on some other ones. You know what I mean? So, I don't. Now, I say you shouldn't post 2 in a day, yet that's pretty much what I did yesterday. So again, I did that live stream, and then once that was over, I edited a video version of that because my Ecamm Live recorded it while I was going live, or I could have downloaded it from YouTube. But anyways, I then edited the edited podcast version of it. So I chopped off the 5-minute countdown in the beginning. I added a much shorter intro with the music and added a short ending with the music. It's pretty. Oh, and I processed the audio, made it sound a little bit better. That's pretty much all I did. Rendered it, uploaded it, and within a few hours of the live stream being available, the podcast version was available. So that was 2 videos, both uploaded essentially the same day. And yeah, they would be competing with each other, because if somebody is they open up their YouTube channel, let's say they're a subscriber of mine, or YouTube thinks there's somebody who may want to watch one of my videos, one of my videos is probably going to show up as an option for them. Okay, if I've released 2 videos that day, YouTube's not going to, like, if there's 16 choices on the home page for me to choose for a viewer to choose from, they're not going to give me 2 spots. They're not going to show both of my new videos on that, in all likelihood. Anyways, they'll show one, so they'll pick one or the other, right? And it'll probably rotate. So that's something to keep in mind as well. I've heard that sometimes it's a good idea to let your videos breathe, right? Like especially if you have a video that's doing well, you post a video, it's doing well. Don't post a video right away, right after it. It might take a little bit of the steam out of the one that's doing well for the next one, if that makes sense. Now, again, most of what I'm saying here is just from my own personal experience. I don't work for YouTube. That may not be exactly the way it works, but that's just those are some of the things that I've noticed. So anyways, I hope that helps. Again, I think being consistent and having a semi-consistent schedule and trying to stay on that is probably the most important thing. So, unless you are able to make a video every single day, if you have 2 ready for one day, I would not post them on the same day. I would, one day after the other, or even a couple days wait before your second one, would be my suggestion. So I hope that helps. What are we waiting for? You're here. We're here. I thought it started on the hour. Did it not? I guess I went live on the hour, or 1 minute to the hour, and then the 5-minute countdown. I know. I'm sorry. That's my fault. Sometimes I do start the live stream a few minutes before the hour and then the 5-minute countdown. I just like to give people enough time to get in here. You know what I mean? So people get notified at different rates. That gives enough people time to get in. So I hope that didn't upset you too bad. But we're going now. Mustang 774, hello, how you doing? Hello all. If you missed the live stream yesterday with Kevin Colby, it is worth it to watch on the replay. Thank you. Thank you. I had a lot of fun with that one. That was good. What is everybody buying on Black Friday? I don't think I'm buying anything myself. But yeah, that's... And incidentally, it's not Thanksgiving here in Canada. It is in the US. Our Thanksgiving was about a month and a half ago. But I still do Thanksgiving, sort of, on US Thanksgiving, because I'm such a football fan, and football and US Thanksgiving kind of go hand in hand. So I will be watching my Detroit Lions tomorrow, or Thursday. Absolutely. And we have a turkey on US Thanksgiving too, and Canadian Thanksgiving. But anyways, that's just us. But yes, happy Thanksgiving to all of you people from the United States. I know that's a big deal. Actually, I've heard Thanksgiving is a bigger deal in the United States for some than Christmas is even. So that's a little bit different than here in Canada. Canada, Christmas, or for us anyways, Christmas is a much bigger celebration than Thanksgiving typically is, but maybe because they're spread apart a little bit further. But yeah. Chris Blackstock Music. Hi, Rob. Former Haligonian here. Retired sailor. Awesome. Hello. How you doing, Chris? Good to see you. Retired sailor. Very good. From the Navy, I presume. Awesome. I'm a sailor, but not from the Navy. I sail sailboats. Penny. Hi, Rob. Hi, Penny. How are you? Good to see you. Girl Savage. How you doing? Good to see you. Is it okay to wear a face covering in your videos? Sure, why not? I guess it depends on what you're... So I presume it's because you don't want to show your face in your videos. You absolutely could, or am I misunderstanding? Maybe you're talking about like a face mask for medical reasons, but you say face covering. So, yeah, for those who don't want to show their face, that's an option. And that could make up part of your brand even. Like if you wear, I mean, I'm thinking of, who am I thinking of? There was a band or a musician who wore what was it, a mouse mask, or like a full head mask. Was he what? I forget what he's. My kids listened to him, or the mouse or whatever. Dead Mouse. Is that what it was? Dead Mouse. Anyways, no idea what he looked like, but he always wore that on stage, right? So that became part of his brand, right? So that's one thing you could do, something like that. Absolutely. Hi, Casaluna. How you doing? Good to see you. And now we're getting into the yes, you can hear me. Yes. Hi, Sandy. Audio seems good. Andrew, Marletta McLean. Hello, Marletta. Good to see you again. Men's Dating Hub sounds good. Fitness with Barbara. Hi from Phoenix. Hello, Phoenix. Morning, Rob. Morning from New Zealand. Biz274. Wednesday, 7 a.m., I believe is what you mean, is 0700, 7 a.m. So it's already tomorrow in New Zealand. Very good. Mondays are excellent. The live stream on Monday. Good. Glad you like it. I loved Kevin. Hope you guys do it again. I think we will. That'd be fun. Yeah, there's nothing that says I can't have repeat guests, right? So if there's a guest that really resonates with you guys, and like yesterday, we went over the hour. He had plenty of time, I had plenty of time, so we just kept going, and there were still lots of people in the live chat. So, we'll keep going if as long as you guys want to hear from us. So, I'd absolutely have Kevin back again if he'd want to come back. I'm sure he would. Podcasts do well these days. Yeah. So my experience with podcasts is fairly new. So, I mean, I have an iPhone, I have the podcast app, and I've, sometimes if I go for a run or a walk or something, there's some podcasts that I listen to. I'll look for YouTube-based podcasts, YouTube Business. Think Media has a good one. I find I can learn a lot that way. But I've only really started doing that, I'm going to say within the last year. Before that, I never really listened to podcasts. And my plan with these live guests was not to do a podcast. It just so happens that it's not that hard to do. If I've already got the footage from the live stream, it's only, the first week it took me several hours because there's artwork you have to do. So I opened up Canva, I did the little square artwork for the podcast, and you had to link it to Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts and all that. But now that that's done, every time I do a new episode, all I have to do is kind of edit the video. But I hardly made any edits to the last one, and I have an intro and an ending all set to go until I decide to change them. Within an hour, I can have the video version done and uploading to YouTube, and then another half hour or so, and the audio is up. So I'm going to say it'll take me about an hour and a half. Right now, I think that's what it took me last night to turn that live stream into the video podcast and the audio podcast. So why not? It's just another way some people like to listen to content, right? Or view content. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see if they get views. If they don't get views, then maybe we'll stop. But I think the live guest thing is good for the live streams. I'll keep doing that. Looking forward to the next 2 weeks. So am I. And not to say that I'm going to do one of those every week. It just so happens I do have the next 2 weeks lined up. And I do have at least 2 other people that just haven't nailed down a date yet. I'll go weekly, as long as I can. And maybe, I might skip a week here and there. We'll just see what the demand is like. Mel runs things. Hi, Rob. Love your lives. Hi from New Zealand. Another New Zealand watcher. Hello. Good to see you. Hi, everyone from already very dark Germany. Lake of Projects. Yeah, I guess it'd be pretty late over in Germany. 8 o'clock or so, 8:30 maybe. I'm guessing 6 hours from here. Hello, welcome Germany. Glad you could make it. It's hard for me to decide. Like when I decided what time to go live, it's hard. Like there are people that watch my videos from all over the world. I think the majority are in the United States, but there's a lot from Europe, a lot from Australia, a lot from Canada. It's hard to pick a time that works for everybody. So I think I've been doing it at this same time now for long enough that I think we've kind of settled in on this. But not to say I might not do a special one at a different time in the future. I might. I hope you always include Peanut as a spectator. Marletta, yep, she's right here. She's just having a little snooze. Oh, I love the idea of channel reviews. Yeah, I think that would be good. I think again, I'll have to be careful though. I don't want to put anybody's channel down per se, but it would all be constructive criticism. You know, and it's not. It doesn't even have to be channels that are struggling. It could be channels that are doing well. Like maybe you want to know, you know, why is this channel doing so well? It's got like 100,000 subscribers and it's only 2 years old or 1 year old. Why is it doing so well? What do you think, Rob? And I'll give you my thoughts. So it could be either way. So yeah, maybe in the form that I make, it could be something I could say, are you submitting your own channel for review, or is there somebody else's channel you want me to review? Although that could get dicey. I don't know if I want to review somebody's channel if they don't know about it. So yeah, no, maybe not. Maybe not. See, it's still fluid. The idea is still in my head. Pops channel. Hello from Texas. Hello, Texas. How you doing? Or Pops. How you doing, Pops? Andrew's from Los Angeles. Hello, Andrew. Welcome. Mel says, would love to see the channel reviews. Awesome. Channel reviews sounds good, says Penny. That's great. Channel reviews, yes, please, JKK. Happy to be constructively criticized. Very good. Lake of Projects review channel would be great. Would help. I would love to have a critique of my channel. Awesome. I'd like to have a critique of mine too. Sandy McKenzie. I've been at it for 3 weeks. LOL. Awesome. You're a pro then. 3 weeks. KJ Crafts. Can you bring someone on that is using Windows? I've been editing using Clipchamp. I don't know if there's something better or easier. Yeah, I could. Yeah, actually, when I brought Kevin on yesterday, I had no idea he was a Mac user. I didn't know. There's really no way to know because, you know, I was a Windows user. I'm a Mac user now. I use Camtasia most of the time, but when I was a Windows user a year and a half ago, I used Camtasia on a Windows. If I were on Windows, the editing software I would use, I'd probably still use Camtasia just because that's what I'm used to. But also DaVinci Resolve. I've downloaded that. I first downloaded it on my Windows machine, but then shortly thereafter is when I switched to Mac. So I downloaded it on Mac. DaVinci Resolve and Camtasia both will work on either Windows or PC. Okay, so and they both pretty much look the same, especially DaVinci Resolve. Camtasia, there's a few little differences here and there that I've noticed, but for the most part, it works pretty much the same. I have not used Clipchamp though. I have not used that one. I don't know if there's something better or easier. So yeah, so I can't really comment on Clipchamp itself. But if you're looking for easier or something easy, personally, I think Camtasia's pretty easy. It's a good one for beginners, but it's not free. Okay, you can get a free trial. CapCut is also a good one for beginners, and it's also available for Windows and Mac. And what's the other one? Filmora is another one that I believe is available for both. I'm not a user of that either, so I'm not sure. But those are some ideas for you. I hope that helps. Jason, hello, Jason. How you doing? From Moncton, New Brunswick, I believe. Not far from here. Eric Halverson. Hello, Eric. How you doing? From, I believe, Norway, if I recall. Yeah, I see the flag. I support the idea of channel review, not to hang out anyone, but I think it could be useful for others watching as well. I think so too. I think so too. Hello from Southern Oregon. Girl Savage. Hello, Southern Oregon. How you doing? Nature Photo Studios. Greetings from Iowa. Greetings, Iowa. Suzette Scott. Question. Please do a video on Faceless YouTube videos. Step-by-step guide. Okay, I better write that down. So, Faceless step-by-step. Yeah, so that again, why don't you, and maybe you did already, but if you could let me know what kind of faceless channel you're talking about, like give me a little more detail of the type of video, and that might help, because again, there's several different types of faceless channels you could do. Yeah, absolutely. Art House Films, I love this channel. My short film channel grew from a few thousand views to over 7 million after I turned 50. Now I'm starting a vlog channel thanks to you, and I really depend on your encouragement. Awesome. Wow, 7 million views. That's amazing. That's awesome. Congratulations, and good luck with your vlog channel. That's exciting. So, oh, excuse me. Let's take a drink here. All right, where are we? Reading comprehension tips with Storybox Lady. Hello, I'm just posting a video to my channel as I came across your stream. Awesome, very good. And good luck with your post. Is it your first video? If it is, that's exciting. Good luck with it. Sarah Slover. Hey, watching from Indiana while I work. Wanted to start YouTube for a while, but time and tech keep me from taking the leap. Your videos are helping me feel like it's possible. Thank you. No problem. No problem. That's good luck with it. And yeah, time and tech. Those are two big things, aren't they? Yeah. As far as tech goes, and I've said this before, and if you've watched some of my videos, maybe you've heard me say this, but videos can be as tech heavy or not. Like, they can be really tech heavy, or they don't have to be, okay? Lots of creators use expensive cameras. They edit on expensive computers. They have expensive microphones, lights, all the stuff, lenses. But that's not what helps their channels grow at all. I mean, maybe it makes their videos look maybe a little bit better, but 99% of a video's growth or a channel's growth comes from the content that's in the video. Okay, if it's a little bit blurry, I mean, there's some basic things you want to try to do, like make sure you're in focus if you're in the video, and make sure your audio is, you know, semi-respectable, or, you know, the people can hear you. But besides that, you don't. I mean, your phone is probably more than enough to make a YouTube video. I make my videos in 4K. I don't have to. It's just a conscious decision I'm making based on the fact that more and more people are watching YouTube videos on large screen TVs that can take advantage of 4K. So I want to put out the best possible video that I can, quality, so I film in 4K. But again, you don't have to. The guest I had on last week, Alexa from Finland, she started in, I think, June or May of this past year, and she's already over 20,000 subscribers. So that's just in like 4 or 5 or 6 months. And you know what she uses to record? The little tiny camera at the top of her laptop, like the built-in camera in her laptop. And the microphone, I believe she just uses the laptop microphone too. So no camera, no extra mic, records that way, and her channel is still, so it's because of the content. It's because of what she's saying, what her message is in her videos. Okay, so, and you know, whether you script it or you speak off the cuff, whatever, she happens to speak off the cuff for the most part, I think, and is very authentic and is kind of laying it all out there, what she's doing. That really helps. So it's the content, it's not the tech. So you really can take a lot of the tech out of it and just kind of back up and just say, let's just use what I have. Like, if I have a phone, if you have a phone that's less than 5 years old, it probably has a much better camera in it than any laptop has. So I would use your phone for that. And the mic too. And if you want to film outside and you're concerned about like wind noise or something, then maybe the mic in your phone isn't good enough. Maybe then you can get, Do I have it here? No, I don't. But there's a little lapel mic that I have that just clips here. It's got a long, like I think 12-foot wire that plugs into whatever phone. And I think it's like $30. It's maybe $40 Canadian. $30 US, something like that. For that kind of a mic, and it comes with a little, one of these little guys here, a wind muff or a dead cat. Sorry, Peanut. That's what'll cut down on the wind noise and stop it from getting into your mic. That's all you need. Now, the other thing you said, though, is time. Yeah, if you can take a lot of the tech away, then maybe it won't take you as much time to make the videos. But yeah, that's a big one too. But anyways, good luck, Sarah. I hope things go well and wish you all the best. Tammy, hello. How you doing, Tammy? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Mountain Finance, hello. How you doing? Good to see you. Question from Lake of Projects. Just thought that it may help to speak to someone who also tried to grow a channel but do not know how to find someone. Do you have a suggestion for me how to find and reach to someone? Sorry, let me read that again. Just thought might help. Speak to someone who is also trying to grow a channel but do not know how to find someone. Do you have a suggestion? Oh, okay. So if you're looking to speak with another creator who's just getting started, yes, I have. I've got it written down here that I was going to show you guys. Why don't I show you now? If you guys, for those of you who don't know, I created a community. It's free that people can join, and you can go in there and chat with other creators. Okay, it's called Creators Cove, and if I share my screen with you, I will show. Oh, that's. Let me bring a browser down here. Let me go actually to Creators Cove. Let's go to the home page and bring it down for you to see it. So this is what it looks like once you log in, okay? So there should be a link down below this video in the description of this video. I hope. I'm not sure if I put it there or not, but if there is, there should be a link. If not in the description of this live stream, definitely in the descriptions of my other videos. There's a link to join Creators Cove for free. Okay, so you can click on that, join, and then you'll be sent a password so you can log in. And then in here, there's a whole bunch of different chat rooms. So, well, here there's a video that shows you how it all works. Okay. Then there is, there's the Peanut Gallery, where this is typically where I will post announcements. So yeah, I announced the last two speakers, and then just chats. Sometimes I announce a video that comes out. I'm not very disciplined in like posting every time I release a video in here. I probably should get better at that. There's an introductions section where people can introduce themselves. And there's lots of other people that will comment and help. So it's just it's a supportive community where people can ask questions. There's a general discussion section here. People have questions. YouTube channel. You can share your channel with other people and get feedback. Then there's equipment and software. So people have questions about what software and equipment to use. They can post them in here, or people can post their own setups if they want. There's a Q&A section if you have questions and answers. There's a share your wins section, okay? And then there's a VIP section that is only for the VIP people who signed up for that. And that's it. Yeah, that's Creators Cove. So yeah, that's free. Anybody can sign up for that. There's only some basic rules. So we have, what do we have? 184 people in there now. And there's just basic rules like, don't go in there and start trying to sell everybody stuff. So like self-promotion and stuff like that is frowned upon. Could get you banned. Don't be mean to people. No vulgarity or stuff like that. Just common sense stuff. It's supposed to be a supportive community, and so far it has been. I haven't kicked anybody out of it yet. So don't be the first if you're looking at signing up to. But yeah, oh, hey, I've noticed there's a couple people signing up now. So awesome. Good. And then, yeah, so that's a way to get to, there's lots of beginners in there. Most of the people in there are beginners. So looking for help, and but they even will know something and might be able to help you, and so on. So anyways, thank you for the question. That was a good segue into that. I wanted to show you guys that today. Arthouse Films says, what is your feeling about changing your shooting location a lot? Does it break the continuity of trust for your viewers who may expect the same studio shot every time? That is a great question, because it's something I've been actively thinking about. So for those who may know, my first big video that really took off this past summer, I was sitting over there in that chair with Peanut the cat behind me. And actually I can show, so there's my iPhone, show right there in that chair. And I use this camera. I've got the boom set up because I know exactly where I want the mic when I'm filming over there. So yeah, so that's all set up, and it's all set up for me to make other videos there. And for a while I was only making videos there. Okay, so sometimes 3 videos a week, and you know, you can get into a rhythm where things get easier. So if you get used to the way you do it, the same way every time, you know, I will pop the card, the SD card out of my camera, pop it into my laptop, transfer the files. The audio just saves to my computer because I just record directly into Adobe Audition. You can use Audacity as well to do that. So I just have a system. It works well. But you know, there's several different reasons, several different things at play that decide whether or not a video is going to do well. Number one is the content. The content has to be something people want to see. Okay. Also, the thumbnail and title together work to get the click. But if you get the click, people go to watch your video. If the content isn't good, like if it takes you too long to go through an intro before you actually get to the part that people click to see, people may click away. Or if what you're talking about in the video, especially in the beginning, has nothing to do with what the title and the thumbnail basically sold the viewer on, they may click away, right? So the more people click in and then click away right away, the worse your retention graph is going to be. Your click-through rate might be high, but the retention graph will be bad, and people may leave. So why did I go down that tangent? Yeah, so it's the content. You want to make sure you get to the point right away and start delivering the content. But what I noticed was, okay, like still, I think I'm delivering good content. Views are going down a little bit. Then I changed things up. I did a walk and talk video, right? I grabbed my iPhone on this little tripod here, which I just fold the legs together and I hold it together, and I talk to the camera like this, and this DJI mic, I don't know if it's focusing on that. I always have to hide my face if I want it to focus on something. I put that on my shirt and the other end on the phone, and there we go. That's my outdoor setup. One of the first walk and talk videos I made also did really well, and I think part of that was because I switched it up. I changed the location, and people were interested. It's like, oh, this is different. I recognize the face, but he's in a different spot. I wonder what this is all about. So they click to go watch it. Again, the content has to support, right? The content itself has to be good to keep people watching. But I would argue that if you're outside walking around, and if the background is either very interesting or very different, people aren't used to, you know, maybe where they live looks different than where I live, or if it's just beautiful, and I think where I live is beautiful, you know, like those are some things that might hold people's attention. More, you know, in addition to the actual content I'm delivering, like my message, right? So because of that, that means if you're outside walking around, your background is changing all the time, right? So that's visual stimulation, basically. So whereas if I'm just sitting in this chair, nothing's moving. My camera's on a tripod, so the background's not moving at all. Well, Peanut might move. She might get up and walk around, and actually that's, you know, some people like that. So But then if I do several walk and talks in a row, I also notice that, okay, maybe people are starting to get bored of this. Time to move it back inside, right? So I think there's value in switching it up every once in a while. And that's my current thinking anyways. So, but you know, it's all about just trying different things. A third setup that I have is this one right here. When I'm doing my live streams at my desk, I use this setup also if I'm doing a tutorial video and I'm actually demonstrating something on my computer. Like a month or two ago, I did a video on how to set up a YouTube channel, right? I did a video on how to create a thumbnail. Those types of videos, I can't remember, but I might have done the intro sitting over there. But I might not have, I don't remember. But anyways, this is another set. So I do think it's good to kind of switch the set around a little bit, but I also think it's good to keep showing something that is familiar. And what I'm doing, my strategy with that is just myself. I'm putting myself in all my thumbnails. I think all but one of my last 100 videos or so has my face in it. You know, again, just change it up a little bit. Sometimes I wear a hat if I'm outside walking around, if it's too sunny and I don't want to burn my head, or if it's raining, right? So yeah. Anyways, long-winded answer. I'm sorry, but I hope that helps. Art House Films. Tammy has a question. At what point or how many subscribers would be best to start doing a live stream? And can you edit them afterwards? You can honestly start live streams right away. I think, I don't remember. I want to say I had maybe 200 or 300, might have even been 400 subscribers, but I didn't have to wait that long. I waited longer than I should have. I knew I wanted to do live streams before I did, but I was super nervous, like really nervous. So nervous, in fact, that I advertised my first one like in a couple of videos the week before that I was going live on a certain day, a certain time. And when that time came, I didn't do it. Like the 2 hours leading up to that, I was pacing. I was nervous. Like, what the hell am I going to say? What if somebody asks me something I don't know the answer? Like, what am I going to, like, you know, I was really nervous. So if you've never done one, I encourage you to do one because it is liberating when you're done. Like, I was never so relieved. Actually, no, I was kind of relieved when it started, when I got going and realized, hey, this is not so bad. I don't actually see 1 billion people looking at me. Is like, that's what was going through my head. I'm going to be going live to 1 billion people, which is not at all the case. I think there were 6, and 3 of them were my family members, like my 2 kids and my nephew. I think were 3 of them. So, you know, just be prepared to talk about something. Be prepared to do a live stream to nobody. And if somebody shows up with a question here or there, bonus, right? And if you don't know the answer to the questions, just say that. I will get back to you with the answer to that. I do not know. People appreciate honesty too. And people do not like bullshitters. Okay, so that's why I try not to bullshit. If I don't know an answer, I will just say that. And a lot of the advice I give on this channel, some people may not agree with, right? They may even know that it's not right because they've experienced something different. And that's okay. I will just say that I will tell you what's worked for me and the things that I've noticed. And I'm here to tell you all about that. All my experience, what I know. But anything I don't know, I will do my best to let you know that I don't know. So anyways, can you edit them afterwards? Yes, to a certain extent. So there is a section in YouTube Studio. I can show it to you, actually. Let me go here. Let's just open up a new tab. I'll go to Studio and I'll bring this down. Okay, here's my YouTube Studio. Actually, let me just drag this in a little bit. Okay. So what do we do? So that one, let's just go to content. Go to content and let's go to live. If you do a live stream, here's where they will live. Okay. Live streams are in here. This is the one that you're watching right now. So let's not go try to edit that one. It won't let us. Let's just go back a couple. Let's go to this one here. Well, no, let's go to yesterday's. Could probably do that. So click on details. And then in here, where do we go? Editor. Click on editor right there. And this is where you can edit it. So like if I wanted to, it's like I know that's the 5-minute intro. Now I have varying degrees of success with this. Like if how do I get this to play? Spacebar? Yeah, see, sometimes I can't even get it to work. Maybe it's because this one's so long too. Or maybe I have to click something up here. Anyways, I'm no expert in this. I typically leave, oh, there, it popped up now. But if I wanted to say trim and cut, I can click on here, add a trim. So you can do basic things. You can trim and cut, like trim the beginning or the ending, cut a section out. You can blur something in a video. You can deal with the audio. And also, this is where you would go, actually you would go down to copyright here. If I, like I did a few weeks ago, if I inadvertently captured some music that I didn't have the rights to put in my video, I learned that this is what you do. You go down to copyright here, and it would be listed here. No copyright content was found in your video. Great. If it did find something, it would be listed here, and it would list some actions that I can take. I can have YouTube try to remove the background music, which worked in my case a couple weeks ago. Or you can choose to delete that or delete the audio completely in that section of your video. But yeah, anyways, I'm digressing here. Your question was about editor. You can do some minor edits in here to a live stream after the fact. So yeah, I hope that helps. Good question, Tammy. That was good. Sarah has a question. What are you using for stabilization when you walk and talk? What I use is, so there's no stabilization here between the phone and the tripod at all, but it just so happens inside this phone, there's something called enhanced stabilization. I have the iPhone 14 Pro Max, so it's 2 years old now, but it has stabilization built in. That's all I use. So I try to hold my, to hold the camera as still as I can while I'm walking. And it's about this far away from me, probably like this. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah. And yeah, when I'm walking, obviously this goes up and down, but yeah, it's great. The internal stabilization of that phone is fabulous. Now, in order for that to work, I haven't really gotten into the details of how it works, but I'm assuming it just crops in a little bit and then it takes all this away. With the use of software. So anyways, pretty slick. I like it. Some other people use things like, I think the DJI Osmo pocket camera is becoming quite popular for creators, and that might have stabilization built in as well. Sometimes cameras like this this one doesn't, but sometimes some good cameras have stabilization built in. Sometimes a lens has stabilization built in. And also, you could use one of those gimbals. A gimbal would have stabilization, but the iPhone has it built in, and that's all I use when I do my walk and talks. Daphne, hello Daphne, how you doing? How many videos can you publish before niche down to one thing? It's really up to you. Like there's no how many videos can you publish before you niche down to one thing. You can publish as many as you want. You can go as long as you want without niching down. So when I started my channel, and actually we can take a quick look at this. If I switch screens again. So here's my channel, and this is just listing the videos. If I scroll all the way, oh no, there's an easier way to do it, but I'll just do it this way. Just scrolling down to the very bottom, there. These two videos I posted, I had actually made them a couple months before because they were videos within my Fiverr account, like gig videos they're called, but I posted them to get my channel started, and then this was the first one I really made, and that was January of 2021. At this point, I didn't know what my niche was going to be. So this one's about adding subtitles to videos. This one is about creating screencasts, like tutorial videos. This one is general, how to earn an income as an internet entrepreneur. I was trying to be funny in this one. I kind of cringe when I watch that. Then my fourth video was how to be successful with Fiverr. Okay, something different again. Then I got my first Camtasia video, create a professional intro. So I think I did 9 videos when I started. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. So right up to here, I did them all in my first month, January of 2021. And then I went a while before I posted again. Yeah, I actually went, what was it? It was this one here, or this one here. No, this one was October. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. After those first 9, I took 9 months off before I posted this one. But now you can see I'm starting to post Camtasia videos. So to answer your question, I posted 5 videos before I kind of settled on my niche at that time. But then, you know, I took another couple of breaks in here. This was last year. I did a couple of videos out in a rowboat or on the dock or something like that. Were a little bit different. I kind of got away from Camtasia. I was making, so this one was about Camtasia. This one's about Canva. This is about how to build my closet. Then this one's about DaVinci Resolve, and then I did a whole bunch more Camtasia videos. And most of these were this year. Okay, so that's my niche, Camtasia, video editing. I was really doubling down. I was doing 3 of these videos a week and live streams once a week. And then all of a sudden right here with this video, this is the one that went viral for me. It's up to almost 450,000 views. My best video up until then was like 30,000 views. And it was one of the ones from the first 9, believe it or not. Yeah, so my point to show you this, sorry, right here. My point to show you this is that even though I had a niche, I did what I like to call a soft pivot at this point. I'm still talking to basic, like at this point I'm trying to decide, okay, my channel's growing, it's doing all right. You know, I'm doing live streams on Camtasia, it's growing and I'm getting good feedback. But you know, what else would my audience like to hear from me? And it could be something totally different. So, and this is when I say it's good to try new things. So I tried to just talk about like making videos more broadly, or like getting into YouTube, and other reasons why it might be a good idea. Not talking about Camtasia at all, and the audience loved it. My audience loved it, so then YouTube decided to throw it out and test it on a bunch of other people that they thought would like it. They liked it, and just kind of snowballed from there. So then I started making videos on that kind of thing, but still using Camtasia. Okay, so my point is your niche can change. You don't have to stick with your niche if you have another idea. Don't be afraid to try different things. And as far as how many videos can you publish before you niche down, as many or as few as you want. You know, just kind of follow your instincts. Try to ask your audience what they want to hear from you and see from you. It's good to get ideas from them. And like for myself, I was getting questions from my audience, like how do you grow a YouTube? I see you're doing YouTube as well as Camtasia, obviously, because we're watching your Camtasia videos on YouTube. You know, how are you doing that? So, you know, when I started, I was always thinking that, okay, what I want to make videos on, I want to get into YouTube. So what better thing to do than get into YouTube and then kind of teach people how to do what I'm doing? It's kind of where my train of thought was. But to start, you know, I wasn't a YouTuber at the time. I was just starting. So what do I know then? Well, I knew Fiverr, I knew Camtasia, right? So I kind of started there. Anyways, sorry, another long-winded answer, but I hope there was an answer in there for you that helps. Pops is determined to post his first video this weekend. Good luck. Good luck. You can do it. The Powder Horn just hit 169 subs. Awesome. That's great. Mountain Finance, I just found out you have an election today. I hope you found some time to vote. I voted early yesterday. So yes, we have an election, a provincial election here in Nova Scotia today. Yes, we do. Hey, Matilda, how you doing? Matilde, sorry. There's no A there. You rock too. Jason, congrats to the powder horn. Yes, congrats. Dude411, hello dude, how you doing? Have you considered using an action cam for vlogging opposed to a phone? If so, can you provide feedback why you decided to pick one video capture option over the other? I have not considered an action cam because, well, I do have an old GoPro, but I guess to answer your second question first, why did I decide to pick my phone? Because that's what I have. My phone is in my pocket all the time. So, and I think the first walk and talk video I did was not with that gimbal, or not gimbal, tripod. I didn't have the tripod with me. I just had the phone. I also didn't have my DJI mic. I just bought that a few months ago. I just had my phone. So I just picked it out and I held it and I walked and I talked. It's what I had on me. So that's, and let that kind of be a lesson to you too, to anybody wondering. The easiest way to make a video is to use what you already have and to use what you have on you. Like, I don't take this camera or that camera with me anywhere. I don't remember the last time I had either of these cameras outside of this office. They're always in here. Not to say I won't in the future, but my phone is with me all the time, and it takes great photos or videos. I set it on 4K, 30 frames a second. I don't need 60 because I would only set it to 60 if I was doing B-roll and I wanted to slow it down and still have it be smooth, so for slow motion. But 4K 30 is pretty standard. 4K 24, some people like, that's more cinematic, but I use 4K 30. Yeah, just because it's what I have. So I did not consider using an action cam because I don't have one. I have an old GoPro, but it's not something I really use. So, and it's not usually on me. Well, it's never on me. So yeah, it's just a matter of what I have. Nothing against action cams. Like I think DJI makes a nice action cam that people love to use. Takes good pictures. There's a lot of different cameras that take great video these days. It's just a matter of finding one that you can get used to and learn and you find easy to use, easy to get files off of onto your computer. So in my case, that's an Apple iPhone. I use an Apple Mac, a MacBook, so I can AirDrop from my phone to my computer without plugging anything in. So to me, that's super easy. It's a little bit harder with this camera or that camera because I have to pop out the SD card and then pop it into the computer. That's what I do with this one. With this one, actually, I don't take the SD card out. I actually have a USB cable, mini USB cable plugged into this camera, and the other end of it is over here unplugged, but right by my dock. So if ever I wanted to take a video file off of this camera, like I did earlier today when I made the trailer video, I just plug that in over there. Now my computer will recognize this camera as a hard drive, and I just move it from the camera to my folder on the computer. But nothing beats airdropping. That to me is just so easy. So, anyways, that's another long-winded answer. Sorry about that. Before I get on to the next question, I did say that I wanted to talk about something here. Why channels don't grow. Usually I wait until somebody asks a question about this and I'll segue into what I want to talk about, but let's just talk about it now. And I wrote down a few things. I guess I did talk about this already, but the three things I wrote down. One reason channels don't grow is that the people... So back up a bit. I get a lot of comments or questions from people who say they've had a channel for years, many years. They may have 1,000, 2,000, 500, whatever subscribers. They've got some subscribers, but it's just not growing nearly as fast as they'd like it to, and they're wondering why. So I wrote down some things. This is why it might be happening. How you doing? You okay? You all right? So number one is that sometimes the creator is not trying new things. So that's the thing I referred to, I already talked about. But I think it's good to try new things, try new approaches. Don't, if your channel's not growing or you're not getting the views that you think you deserve, then it's not that the YouTube algorithm is against you, like a lot of people have said. That's not the way YouTube works. It's not against anybody. They will present your video to the people they think want to see it. And you need to give them clues as to who those people are, like in your tags and your the keywords in your title and these sorts of things, the things you talk about in your videos and the results of your videos. Are you getting good click-through rates? Are you getting good retention in your videos? If those things are all good, then YouTube will start learning, oh, okay, yeah, no, these people like this video, and so on. But if you're struggling and you're not getting the traction that you want, try something new. Either, we talked about it earlier, a new location, film in a different location. If you make videos sitting in a chair, try sitting outside and make one out there. So try something new like that. Try a different type of video. Okay, just give your audience something different and experiment. Try new things. Some may work, some may not. Right, and just take note of what does work. So that's one thing. Another thing, and I see this a lot, and I want to be careful the way I say this. I don't want to offend anybody, but there's a lot of videos out there that the content creator is making videos all about themselves. Okay, so I don't want to use the word selfish, but it's like they think, okay, what do I have to show? What do I have here that I can show people? This is what I have. This is where I live. This is where I'm going on vacation. This is what I'm eating for supper. This is the drink that I'm drinking. This is my cat, right? This is me showing you stuff about me, okay? That'll only get you so far. You really have to think about switching that around and making videos for people, okay? So, I mean, obviously, you're still going to be showing yourself and whatnot. I'm not suggesting you don't, but sometimes it's just in the wording. Like, instead of just taking somebody on a daily vlog, and I know sometimes vlog channels work, and that's fine, but sometimes they don't. And if you do have like a vlog type channel and you're finding that things, it's just not working for you, then try to make a video that really is about the viewer. Like, think about the viewer. Okay, who's watching my videos? What do they need? Like, what do they need? What might they need help with? And then make a video that helps them. Like, if you're making a vlog and it's all about you jumping in your van and going off to a park and you're hiking and maybe you're fishing and you're showing people stuff, that's great. And again, that'll only get you so far, but maybe your video is about, like, the title could be something like, I don't know, and I don't fish really, so I don't know much about this, but maybe it's how to tie a hook on the end of your line, right? That could be in the title, and that could be kind of in the thumbnail, but then your video might well be, like, maybe the beginning of your video, maybe you show a little bit of that, like, oh crap, I'm not quite getting it, this is not quite right. Like, just almost like a hook, like an intro, and then you show, okay, now you're driving to the lake, now you're walking to the lake, now you're getting your rod out and you're getting your, your hooks out, your tackle box or whatever. And then you get into, okay, guys, like, a lot of people say they have trouble doing this. Well, this is how I do it. And you do this, and the real trick is do it this way and that way, and that is how you do it. And then you can show them throwing the hook in the water and you caught a fish, it worked, right? So that's just a little bit of a twist. You're teaching the audience something. And then, so that becomes the central, like the main meat of your video, not all the other stuff that maybe you currently, that's all you're doing is the other stuff in your video. But if there's something in there that teaches somebody something, then do that, include that, put it in your title and your thumbnail, and talk about it in the intro and at the end. And then say something like, if there's anything else you guys would like some help with, let me know. I'd be happy to make a video, and I'm here to help you out, right? So anyway, that is Another reason that, or something else you can try if your channel's not growing, try, if you're making videos that aren't trying to help other people, maybe try to make a video that does help other people, because that's what people are looking for. People will go to YouTube. I go to YouTube when I need help with something. If I don't know how to do something, I go to YouTube and I'll search. And so people may search for how to tie a hook on a fishing line, right? Maybe yours will, if you do it in such a way that people like your video, maybe yours will start showing up in those searches, and you'll get more search traffic as well as the audience that you're growing, right? So anyways, that's something. And then the last thing is real quick. A lot of times people's channels don't grow because they gave up on them too soon. And I mean, that's kind of obvious, but yeah, there's a lot of people that try this for a period of time. Sometimes it's a month, sometimes it's 5 years. And if they don't get the results that they wanted, they'll just give up and they'll stop posting. And what I know, because I kind of gave up myself a couple times with my channel, and I noticed that when I gave up, like my channel still kind of grew, which in hindsight, looking back, kind of meant that, oh, people were liking my videos. I just didn't give it enough time, right? So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about. I hope that helps. So anyways, I'll let you think on that for a second. I'll take a drink and I'll get back to the chat. I just saw a question from Todd Moore come in at the bottom. So just so you know, the way I do these chats on Ecamm Live, that is where I have the ability to click and display your question up on the screen. And I'm only about halfway through the chats. On the live, I can see the YouTube live chat over here, so I can see the real-time questions come in. I just can't display them, but I will answer you, Todd. You said, would it be better to start now with an iPhone or wait until I get better equipment? Start now with an iPhone, 100%, because an iPhone is actually really good. I mean, if you have an iPhone 3, then maybe upgrade. But if it's even if it's a 10, iPhone 10 and later, and a 10 is even, what's that? That's 5 or 6 years old now. That's perfectly fine. I'd start with that. Start with your iPhone 100%. And then you can always upgrade later if you want. You may never need to. iPhone 11 you have? Start with that. That's totally fine. You can do, I believe you can do 4K video with that too. Not that you have to do 4K, but you can if you have the storage space for it. I would start with that. So hope that helps. Let's get back to the questions here. Matilde says, exactly, you are here now. Yesterday was good interview. Awesome. Glad you liked that. I believe that is great advice. If you post 2 on the same day, YouTube will push your new video. But if you are launching a channel, it's a good idea to launch with 3 videos so YouTube has something to suggest. I've heard that too, but I've also heard that that's not necessary. So, I mean, you could try that if you're brand new and if you have 3 videos, sure, post them all, see what happens. It can't hurt. Remember, your first probably 50 videos or so are just maybe that you're learning. When you just start, you're learning how to edit, how to make videos, you're learning what works. So that's your time to try new things and see what works. Anaholics, hello, how you doing? Question, I am working on 2 end screens per video. One is pointing to a previous video and the other is pointing to the next video that is not available yet. I will use YouTube Editor to switch. Thoughts? Sure, give it a shot. If you've got the time and the energy to do that, go for it. That's not something I do. I basically have the same end screen. I don't even make an end screen. I keep it as simple as I keep my thumbnails. My thumbnail is just a screenshot of me in the video somewhere, and then I'll add text. At the same time, my end screen, I don't add anything like a template or anything that I can put my circle face in and then the video. I don't do that. I just have the subscribe, my face and also a video pop up on the screen, just right on the screen. Because I don't think it really, I mean, but it's up to you. It really, that's almost a design thing. It's almost for you. Don't do it expecting to get more views, because I don't think it really matters that much. Again, just my opinion. And yeah, to use the YouTube editor to switch back and forth, you can certainly try that. Like, again, if you've got the time and the energy to try that to see if one works better than the other, yeah, that's something you can do. Absolutely. I'd be interested to know. Like, that sounds like a lot of work to me, though. Again, I don't have very much luck with the YouTube editor myself, so I don't tend to use it very much. Yeah, so those are my thoughts. I hope that helped. And I'm not even sure if so. I'm a little bit behind in the questions because I'm only about halfway through the live. But anyway, 1 second. Manhattan Pretty, how you doing? Good to see you. She's new here. Welcome aboard. Dead Mao 5. Dead Mao. That's what it was. I thought it was Dead Mouse. But it's not a mouse head, is it? It's almost like a robot face, I think. New YouTuber, 8 months in, here to learn. Welcome and good luck. Have fun with it. Mel is growing daily, now at 137 wonderful subscribers. Awesome. Keep it going. Would you talk about, so Sixth Street Garage, welcome. Would you talk about monetization requirements and how YouTube pays? Sure. So the number one thing is when people talk about monetization through YouTube, they're talking about AdSense, which is your share of the money that YouTube earns when they put ads at the beginning of your video, and sometimes mid-roll ads in the middle. So YouTube puts ads on videos, okay? As a viewer, if you pay for YouTube Premium, you won't see ads, right? That's you paying to get rid of the ads, okay? Content creators can still make money from you, and I'll tell you how in a second. But for most people who don't have YouTube Premium, ads will show on their videos, and or will show on the videos they watch. Okay, as a content creator, if you want to participate in the revenue share program that YouTube has, you need to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours of your videos within the last year, and that's a rolling year. So if I just hit 4,000 watch hours in the last 365 days, tomorrow when I advance a day, like if I got only 5 hours but maybe 30 hours fell off and I'm below 4,000 again, you get demonetized. I don't know how often that happens, but that's kind of the way it works. You need to have 4,000 watch hours at any moment in time. It's a rolling thing in the last year. So once you get that, actually before you get that, you can apply to the partner program, the YouTube partner program. But they just won't accept you until you meet those requirements. Now, let me back up a little bit. There is a way to get monetized at 500 subscribers, and but that's not for that revenue ad share. There are other ways to make money on YouTube. You can, through YouTube though, that YouTube would pay you. So things like super chats or super thanks. If someone clicks the super thanks button below one of your videos and leaves you a tip, things like that. Those you can start earning, and also memberships, I believe. You can start earning money from those things at 500 subscribers. And I don't remember the watch hours. It might be 3,000. Not 100% sure. Having said all that, there are better ways to make money through YouTube. Typically, those who are successful in YouTube, the AdSense revenue that they make through YouTube monetization is only a fraction of what they make from their YouTube business, because they're monetizing their channel their own way in other ways, like by selling their own products, or which could be, merchandise stores, print-on-demand T-shirts or mugs, or selling courses or memberships, or whatever, all kinds of different things you could do. Using YouTube to drive leads to a website where you sell something else. Okay, that's what successful people with YouTube tend to do. There's something else that they're selling. Otherwise, you need a lot of subscribers. Not really subscribers. You need a lot of views in order to pay enough to earn a living on just AdSense alone. Okay, so those are the requirements. And how YouTube pays. So for me, it's electronic funds transfer. They transfer it into my bank once a month. So whatever ad revenue I earned in a month. So I just got to pick a month. September. So whatever I earned in September, then at the end, I think it's around between the 22nd and 26th of the next month. So like October 26th is when I would get the money into my account that I had earned the month prior. Okay, that's the way that works. I believe you can also get paid by check. The check would be made out to your name or your business name if you registered if you set up your YouTube channel in your business name. It'd be payable to your business. Yeah, so that's how that works. I'm sure there's other ways you can get paid. I just don't know them all. For me, it's just electronic, and then I don't have to worry about having to take a check to a bank. Plus, for me, being in Canada, I don't have a US dollar bank account. So YouTube does that conversion for me, and they deposit Canadian dollars into my account. They do the exchange from US to Canadian. So I'm assuming that's the way it works for other countries. If you're not in the United States and you have your own currency that you use, like the euro or whatever. So yeah, I hope that helps. That's how that works. Mel says, I'm a regular to your lives. They are a good time for me. Awesome, Mel. I'm glad you like them. Jason says, your live is the only one I've ever watched that's actually in our time zone. Well, it's a rare time zone, isn't it? There's 3 provinces in Canada only, and probably the 3 least populated provinces, and then I think a few countries down in South America, like maybe Brazil, and I don't know what other countries are north of Brazil. Yeah, there's not many countries in the Atlantic time zone. For those who don't know, we are an hour east of like Toronto and New York, Miami, Eastern Standard Time. We're Atlantic Standard Time. You can sling the mud my way. I want to grow, learn, improve. I can take it. That's the right attitude. That's the right attitude. Constructive criticism is all it would be. Greetings from Belgium. How you doing, Flemish Flame? Good to see you. Manhattan Pretty is here for the community. Awesome. How's everyone today? Abby Normal Scratchers. I'm good, Abby. How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Sandy likes Mac, Apple, Final Cut Pro, and the compressor. Final Cut Pro, that's one I've never used. I've never used Final Cut Pro. I've never even tried iMovie, which I know is free on a Mac. It's just that I was already a Camtasia user and DaVinci Resolve, so I just put them on my Mac when I got it. Question from Barb. Can you talk about video length? What do you feel is a sweet spot? Not too long such that folks leave. Likely just depends on video subject, creativity, etc. Yes? Yes, it does. But I do have some thoughts. So, and again, I'll talk about myself. This is what I can relate to. So the last video I made last Friday was a walk and talk video. I was out on the trail, and it was just over 8 minutes, so fairly short. It's doing well. It's at 4,600 views now. So it's one of my ones that are doing well. My viral video from the summer that got over 400,000 views was 25 minutes long. Before that, one of my more successful Camtasia videos was 35 minutes long, and another one that did really well was an hour long. Now, the ones that are that long, there better be something that was a tutorial type video. There were a lot of steps in whatever, I can't remember what it was about, but there were a lot of steps involved that I had to go through step by step by step by step to show how to do something. So because I needed that much time to do it, and people wanted to know how to do that thing, they watched it all. So in that case, your video should be as long as it needs to be to get your message across, is the best way to say it. But having said that, I have noticed, like for me, the video I did before that last week, so there was another one I did outside. No, it was the one here. Let me show you my screen again. So if I'm looking here, so this is the one I was talking about. This one, 4,600 views, is doing great. The one I did before that, which was last Wednesday, only has 1,800 views. Not bad. I thought it would do better. It was almost like a redo of my viral video, which is something that is often suggested that you do. If you kind of deliver the same message but do it in a different way, or use different examples, or different title, and just change it up a little bit, perhaps you can recreate, or at least somewhat similar, get similar results, right? So that's what I kind of try to do here. Has not done as well, and if you notice, this video here is 33 minutes long. I think that's too long for what I was doing. That was just a kind of a motivational talk, and there was nothing crazy going on in the background because I was just in my chair, right? So not a lot going on in the background. I'm just talking. That's just me talking for 33 minutes. I think that's long. When I'm making a video in my chair like that, I try to aim for around 15 minutes. I think that's a good number. And I'm thinking about my own personal experience too. When I am watching videos myself, it really depends on what I'm after. If I'm wanting to learn how to do something, and I think somebody should be able to tell me how to do this thing in less than 5 minutes, I'm not probably going to click on a video that's 20 minutes long. I don't have time for that. It's just one thing. I want to learn how to do it. Here's somebody showing me how to do it in 4 minutes. Great. I'm going to click on that one. So there's that. But if it's somebody I like to listen to, somebody I like their advice, and I know he's about to give a talk here, and I really want to know his strategies around this, I'm probably going to be more willing to invest more time in that. And if I see, oh, he's going to talk for 25 minutes, I think that's great. I've got something, I can have that playing in the background while I'm doing something, right? Then I'll click on that. But if I see it's an hour, I might think twice about that. I was like, wow, that's a long time. I don't, maybe later, but right now I don't have an hour, right? So you almost have to try to get into the heads of your viewers to see, what are they after? And your video itself, like if what you have to say, you can say in 2 minutes, don't stretch it out to 20, because people will know that you're just killing time, right? And they won't watch it all. So there's that. But if you have 20 good minutes of solid advice, and you need 20 minutes to say it all, and people need to hear it all from start to finish, then 20 minutes is what you need. So anyways, I hope that helps. Those are my thoughts on that. Girl Savage says a question. How do you solve the issue of some days when you want to do a video, but for whatever reason, occasionally your mind is blank and you have no idea what to talk about? Happens all the time. If that's the case, I might just go for a walk, go for a run, go for a bike ride, and maybe not do a video that day, right? I'll sleep on it. I mean, my mind is always kind of going, and I'm always thinking about this stuff. Another thing you could do is just go through, like if you're getting comments on other videos, you can go through your comments and try to pick out an interesting question that maybe you could answer in a video. I've done videos like that, but actually I haven't done a video like that in a while. Maybe I should. Actually, it's going to take me a while to get to your answers, but let me know what you guys think of this while it's on my head, and I'll lose it if I don't say it. God, 55-year-old mind tends to, I lose stuff quickly. Yeah, what do you think about me doing a video where it's a Q&A video where I take questions that I get in the comments, like maybe it's a collection of 10 or 15 good questions, maybe quick, maybe not, and just make a video reading questions and answering them. Read a question, answer them. Next question, here's my answer. Next question, here's my answer. And I make a 15-minute video of that. What do you think? I mean, I guess this is kind of what I'm doing here, but I don't know, just something I thought of. Again, I'm always thinking of different video ideas. Let me know what you guys think of that as an idea. But Girl Savage, I hope that helped. If you don't have the inspiration for a new video, then don't try to force one. Give it a little bit more time and just start looking for inspiration in different places, like your comment section, like other videos. And for me, I find that if I just go out and go for a walk on the trail or something, my mind wanders and I'll start to think, and usually I'll get ideas out there. So anyway, that's what works for me. Mountain Finance says, when my channel was around a year old, I got a channel review from Nick Nimmin, and the constructive feedback really helped propel through the next year. Awesome. Yeah, that's I've never had Nick do one of those for me. I probably should, or should have. I used to watch him quite a bit, and still do occasionally. Actually, I don't know if anybody noticed this, but on that video that I put out on Friday, I mentioned a couple of people in that video. I mentioned Nick's name, and I mentioned Sean Cannell from Think Media as two people that I have, like back when I started, those are two people that I used to listen to a lot and watch their videos to try to figure out how to do all this stuff. And wouldn't you know it, a couple days later, Nick Nimmin himself actually left a comment on that video, and I just thought that was awesome. So I thanked him very much for that. That was when you get feedback from people you really look up to, it's special. So if you're watching, Nick, thanks. That was awesome. Anyways, Mountain Finance, I hope that oh no, you didn't have a question. You just told me about, yeah, Nick, yeah. So yeah, actually that's probably where I got the idea of doing channel reviews, because he does that. I've seen him do that in the past. I don't know if he still does that or not, but it's awesome. Oh, sorry, I missed one. Manhattan Pretty. I only know about CapCut for editing, and I love CapCut. Yeah, and you know what? Then you probably don't have any reason to change, because CapCut is totally fine. All of the video editing software will do all the basics just fine, and CapCut is one of them. It's very popular. So there you go. I can't get used to working with the nodes for color grading and Resolve. Neither can I. I gave up on that. It's too complicated for me. I mostly use Camtasia, and you can do a very basic color grading in Camtasia. It's just, like when I say basic, it's just numbers for, where are they? Brightness, contrast, saturation. You can adjust those a little bit. And actually, why don't I show you that? Because, here, let me bring this down. This is Camtasia, for those who are unfamiliar with it. Here's a timeline, here's your canvas, here's your tools or your media, and here is the properties. So, what I do is I drag this color adjustment tool here. I'll click and I'll drag that, and I won't do it again because I've already done it. I drop that on my video file, which is right here, and that brings up here color adjustment. If I highlight it, it's up here. If I don't highlight it, the properties are still here under color adjustment. So brightness, contrast, saturation. I make small adjustments to that, and you can see the difference. If you look at, here, let me make this bigger. If I make that bigger, and we'll fit that, then maybe you can see it more easily. Hopefully you can see this when I change. So if I turn the color adjustments off that I made, see if you can see the difference. Now it's off. That is what it looks like right out of this camera. Okay, like that. But then I add the color adjustment, just a little richer. So I take a little bit off the brightness, I add a little contrast, and I add a little saturation. That's really all I do. And I do that whether I shoot on my Sony camera here or my iPhone outside. I do the same thing. That's all I do. But yeah, no, I totally agree. The color wheels in DaVinci Resolve, I find very complicated. I understand they're very powerful, and people even in Hollywood use them. So I'm not dissing it at all. It's just that I've never, that's not my background. I just found I was getting myself into more trouble than anything trying to figure it out. So I kind of gave up on it. I might look at it again in the future, but there you go. Question, what gets more traction, YouTube Shorts or regular videos? For me, it's regular videos. I've tried Shorts. I've tried them in a way to basically promote my main channel, but looking back, I don't, and what I've learned since, I don't even know if that really helps that much. The reality is there are different people that watch shorts. They are different people than the people who watch long form videos. I personally prefer watching long form videos. I watch YouTube, how to do YouTube videos on YouTube, right? I'll watch football videos, right? On my Detroit Lions, I'll watch videos on them, or sports videos, or the news, right? That's what I watch long form videos on. If I'm just, upstairs, front of the TV, and I will sometimes mindlessly scroll through reels on Instagram or shorts on YouTube. But when I'm doing that, it's more funny stuff that I'm looking at, like people getting scared. For some reason, I find that funny. If people are scaring other people, right? So because they've noticed that that's the kind of content I watch, I get a lot of them, right? Or I don't know if you guys have heard of Nate Bargatze. He's a comedian. I think he's hilarious, from Tennessee. So I get a lot of his stuff, right? So my point is, I get served different content through my shorts feed than I do in my YouTube long form stuff. So in terms of what gets more traction, for me, it's the long form stuff. Some people probably prefer to make short form stuff. It's a whole different skill, or not skill. They're different videos. I don't think you can apply. I mean, there's some things you can apply. Like in a short form video, I think you're going to have to get the person's attention within probably 1 or 2 or at most 3 seconds, or they're gone, right? Whereas a long form video, I think you have a little bit more time than that. Maybe not a lot more, but a little bit more. And people are expecting more from a long form video. So I don't know if you can even equate the two. Like, some people will only make shorts. Some people will only make long form. But no, in my experience, so it's whatever you want to do, really, as a creator. What do you want to create? Do you want to make shorts, or do you want to make long form videos? They're in my mind 2 totally different things that serve 2 totally different audiences. So that's my thoughts on shorts. Paul Messner, hey Rob, only recently found your channel. I uploaded my first video at 42, and 5 years later was able to quit my job. YouTube is definitely for all age groups, and I'm still learning every day. Congrats, Paul. That's awesome. Way to go. That's awesome if that's what you wanted to do, that is. But it sounds like it probably is, and that's fantastic. 5 years to make it a full-time income. That's great. And I'm glad you found us. Oh, what's that? Don't recognize that number, so I'm not going to answer it. I'm not going to answer it because I'm on a live stream. Todd Morris from South Florida. Hello, Todd. I think I must be half hour behind or so, because why don't I just start speeding up here? Now I'm going to get to the point where I'm just kind of looking for questions, because I don't want to take too much of your time. So let me just scroll here, look for questions. Well, this is not a question, but a good point. Suzette, my Faceless channels will be consisted of positive and educational quotes. Okay, that's a cool idea. Very good. And Manhattan Pretty is a New York City vlogger. Hi to anyone if you're a new vlogger like me, looking to make friends. Very good. New York City vlogger. Lots to see in New York City. That's all right, Chad. You're late, but you're here. That's fine. Okay. Barb says, watching from work, Geotech Lab. I found Rob a month ago. Oh, yeah, you're the geologist, I believe, Barb. And singer. I found Rob a month ago. He's been one of my encouragement circle. I need the kick in the rear. Fear and time. I'm going to finally do this. You can do it. You got this. What's the worst that can happen? Nothing, really. It's all fun. Jason says, as much as I don't like AI, I'm really excited about the upcoming automatic translation that YouTube is about to start on our new videos, opening us up to new markets. Yeah, I actually noticed that. That's kind of cool. And yeah, that could open you up to new markets for sure. Automatic translation, that's something that's coming for sure. Yeah, that's cool. It's not something I'm ever going to spend too much time doing manually. So if YouTube's going to do it automatically, why not? Sure. Oh, okay. So thanks, Anaholics. So Alexa is using a Blue Yeti microphone. I did not know that. I did not know that. I thought she was just using her laptop. So yeah, Blue Yeti. That's a popular one for sure. I think it's just a. I think it's a USB mic, so it'll plug directly into a computer or dock if you don't have enough USB ports left, like me. Mac Raven, hello Mac. Why do small channels get copyright struck for B-rolls that larger channels use with no issues? Um, that's a good question, and I don't know that I fully know the answer to that. Um, so what I've heard, so personally, I stay away from using B-roll of like movies. I think I have in the past. I know I have. Like a year or two ago, I put little 2-second snippets just trying to be funny of something from a movie. And I forget the site that I used, but there was a site where you could search for text and it would give you a whole bunch of results from movies or TV shows or whatever. Just low quality, but something you can pop into a video, and it's only a couple of seconds. I've heard that if you use a clip that's less than 5 seconds, that YouTube won't be able to find it. And I don't know if it's that YouTube can't find it or that YouTube doesn't care that it's there. I think it's that they can't find it. I think that if they could find it, they'd probably still give a copyright strike. Maybe it's because the quality is not as good as the original. Maybe that's one way around it. But the reality is, whatever they're doing to get around it, I mean, they could be paying, they could be using it knowing that any royalties that are made off of that video is going to the owner of that content they used. So that's one thing that could be happening. But if that's not happening and they are able to monetize that video, they're probably only showing a very short piece of that video and it's not getting picked up. Or they're actually paying for the right to use it. Right? If they're a big channel, then maybe they have the money to pay for the rights to use that in their video. Okay? But my advice to creators starting out is to try to stay away from copyright trouble. So for that reason, I don't use any of that. I mean, if I use a piece of somebody's YouTube video in my video, like another creator, say that, Kevin, who I talked with yesterday on the live stream, if I took a piece of his video and put it in my video and said, look, here's what Kevin's talking about here, and now let's talk about it. Well, what I'd probably do is I would give him a shout out in my description and tag his channel so that people could click to go see his channel. And I don't think Kevin would mind. Better thing to do probably is to ask first and then do it, but I don't think that's what people are. I don't know. Again, I'm probably giving kind of a fuzzy answer because it's not something I choose to get too deep into. I caution people if you want to go down that road. You know, maybe you make a video and you try like maybe a 2 to 3 second snippet here and there and see if it works. But if it doesn't, at the first sign of, it's getting flagged as copyright, then I would stop doing that myself. That's just me though. So whatever you decide to do, good luck with it. Yeah, I hope that helped. Okay, let me look for some more questions here. YouTube can be lonely. Yeah, it can. We're all kind of creators in our own offices, aren't we? Jason films most of his videos in different locations because they're outside. Great, that's awesome. That gives variety to people too. I think that helps. Swiss Life. Hi, Rob. Thanks for so many useful ideas and encouragement. Beverly from Switzerland. Hello, Beverly. How you doing? Thanks for joining. Sophia from Portugal. Got here late, but I'm here now. Awesome, Sophia. Good to see you. Manhattan Pretty. I would like to know how to share my computer screen like you're doing so I can teach people the things I've learned so far as a beginner. Also, is there a way to share a phone screen in landscape? Yes. So what I do, I will show you real quick. Use my iPhone. Peanut moved. She's on the chair now. So what I do is I use Ecamm Live. That is Ecamm Live. That's where I'm seeing all your chats here. And over here I see the live chats coming on YouTube. But you can see where I'm at. I'm only here. I've still got a lot to go through. But anyways, so for me to show my screen, the screen I'm showing is this one down here. Okay, so I just press a button. Here, you can see it here. Press a button here, and now, well yeah, now I press the button, so now you're seeing that screen. If I press it again, I'll press the iPhone button this time. Now you're seeing my iPhone again. Okay, so basically, I do that within Ecamm Live here, and I can map different scenes that I set up. If you look here, these are all the different scenes that I set up, and I can map them to this Stream Deck, and then and one of the scenes that I created was a scene of that monitor, okay, and then I set a button to it. I called it InnoView because that's the name of that monitor, and that's how I'm able to show that screen. So you would need to use software. I use Ecamm Live. It's not free. In fact, I had to upgrade in order to bring guests in like I do now. And I think I'm paying $40 a month now. It was $20 if you don't do the guest thing. But a free one is OBS. If you use OBS, then you can, now again, I'm talking about live. This is doing it live. If you're not doing it live, then you can just record your screen and edit it all together. So I do that too. The tutorial videos I don't make those live, and I don't use OBS or Ecamm to do that. I do use OBS to record the screen. You can do that. But you can also use Camtasia to record your screen. And then you would just put that in your video editing with your camera view, and then you can kind of switch back and forth. Like each one will be on its own track, right? And then you can switch back and forth between camera view and screen view. And I do have some videos on how to do that, and that might be the best thing for me to do is to refer you to that. If I go here, let's see, if I go down to my Camtasia stuff, it's so screen recordings, where are we? Multi-camera editing. That one there. If you look at multi-camera editing, if I click on that, off like that, but that's okay. I basically this is one that was long. It's 45 minutes, but this one I do that here. I show you how to share different scenes and whatnot. So, anyways, that kind of gets into it a little bit more. And there's other ones that'll probably even be more appropriate. But anyways, yeah, that can kind of complicate it. Two different ways to do it. You can do it live or you can do it in editing. Either way, you would need something like OBS or Ecamm Live to be able to be able to capture that. So anyways, I hope that helped, Manhattan Pretty. Sophia wants to see another walk and talk. I plan on doing one towards the end of this week. I don't know, depending on when I can get it done. That's going to be my next video, either Thursday or Friday. And I'm going to do it outside, as long as it's not pouring rain. I like how I switch point of views. Yeah, I've got it mapped to my Stream Deck. Ecamm Live is the main software that's doing all this, and it's the one that's connected to YouTube and sending this out live. But if I wasn't sending it out live, I could be just recording it and doing it live and switching scenes and stuff like that. It's great software, Ecamm. It's only for Mac, though. I can't remember if you use a Mac or a PC. But if you use a PC, you could use OBS. OBS you can use on either. And OBS is free. Just can be a little harder to learn, I found anyways. I love the walk and chat. I find I have more energy too, but I did have the bright sun. I was backlit, LOL. I only did that once. Yeah, that's something you have to pay attention to. I'm always cognizant of where the sun is, and if I'm walking outside, you kind of want the sun to be shining on you, because if it's behind you, yeah, your face is going to be kind of darker. Same thing here. Like I have a light right there, 45 degrees to the side, and should be about 45 degrees up. Mine's a little bit lower. But yeah, that's a good place to put lights, kind of in front of you, off to the side. If it was right, but like a ring light right behind this camera, then you'd see the rings in my glasses. As it is now, you could only see, like if I turn this way, I can't look at the same time, but you're probably seeing the glare of the white off of my monitor in my glasses, or the light if I'm looking right at the light. Yeah, right there. There. I do it. There it is. There. That's the light. So you put it up and off to the side so that you don't get that glare in the glasses, and you can actually see my eyes. Ever thought of doing the live stream via a walk and talk? That's not a bad idea. I did do a live stream out at a beach maybe 2 months ago, and I'll probably do another one out there again soon. I think I actually promised that I would do one in the winter outside. Yeah, that was fun. It worked. Obviously, I don't have all my screens. I can't share. It can't be a live stream like this where I can demonstrate things on my screen. But I just had my phone and a tripod and that DJI mic. And luckily, where I went, there's, I think, 5G plus mobile connection. So I had all kinds of internet bandwidth. And I just used my cell phone. Went live. That was fun. I'll do it again. Walk and talk on the trail, though, would not work because I don't have good cell coverage there, unfortunately. Okay, so let me just looking for questions now because I don't want to take up too much more of your time. Been almost 2 hours. Wow, time flies when you're having fun. Okay, here's a question. Do you feel movies at grandma's house? Hello. Do you feel YouTube is best, I think, place to build your audience or link with Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, etc. to connect? Well, funny you asked that because we talked about that yesterday. Kevin talked about that yesterday in the podcast, in the live stream. Kevin Colby, and he only uses YouTube. Now, I do have an Instagram account. I have a TikTok account. I have Facebook for the Maritimer, and what's the other one? I can't remember. But I do have them all. But here's what you have to know, and what I've learned. If you try to find more people, more like new viewers, watchers, and send them to your YouTube channel to try to get more subscribers and views that way, that's almost like, cheating the system's not the right word because it doesn't work. The way to grow, the best way to grow is to let YouTube do its thing. Excuse me. And that means, you make a video, you make a thumbnail and a title, description, tags, and then you put it up on YouTube. YouTube is now going to try to find your audience for you. Okay. If you've made videos before, like you've already made videos, this is not your first, then they may already have some idea who your audience is. If you've been bouncing around niche-wise and all your videos are about completely different things, YouTube's probably not going to be very good at knowing who your audience is. They probably have no idea because they don't know what you're going to put out next. If all your videos are about the same sorts of things, then every time you put out another one and video sends it off to who they think your audience is, and if they are right, they'll think, oh, well, yeah, okay, they liked it. Let's try another group of people who also like what they like, right? And so every time you make a new video, you're giving YouTube another piece of data that they can put in their brain it's another clue as to who may want to see your video. And given enough time and given enough videos all about the same sorts of things, they will get better and better and better at finding the right people. Now, your video has to be something that somebody wants to watch, right? So that's where it comes down to your title and your thumbnail have to get the click. Your video itself has to retain the viewer so that they want to keep watching, and it has to have something to do with the title and the thumbnail. So all that has to be in place. But then, so now imagine, so YouTube's getting good at figuring out, let's say you've got 20 videos out there. YouTube's getting good at figuring out who your audience is. They have a pretty good idea. Now, all of a sudden, let's say 100 new viewers come in. Let's say they came from Facebook. You sent them here. And they all watch. Maybe it's a whole bunch of your family members. Maybe you said to all your family, hey, everybody, I now have a YouTube channel. Come check it out. Here's the link. And they click and they go directly to it, either from Facebook or wherever. They watch your video. Now, that's data that didn't come from YouTube, but there's more viewers. YouTube has no idea where they came from. Like, they don't, that's not part of their algorithm. That's not part of their learning. So that might even throw them off. Like, they might, because also, if you send people who are used to, let's say you send them from TikTok or Instagram Reels, they're used to these 30-second quick reel videos. Now you've sent them to watch a 5-minute YouTube video and they're not interested. They may click it because you asked them to, and now they might get into it and they'll click away after 3 seconds because it's not what they expected, or it's not their thing. They like short videos. That might negatively affect your retention, right? Because now that's data in that someone who did not like your video. Oh, so now the percentage of people who watch your whole video goes down because of those people not watching it all. Okay, so that's an example of how sending people to your channel from a way that's not YouTube's way might negatively affect the results of your videos. Okay, so I hope I explained that okay. And I'm kind of learning this stuff as I go too. These are the sorts of things that I've learned. And Kevin talked a bit about that yesterday too, which was helpful. So I hope that helped. Okay. Pocket 3 has good stabilization. Awesome. I heard that was a good one. Question, is subscribing to vidIQ worth it when you're just starting YouTube? It can't hurt. vidIQ, very reputable. vidIQ is a good one. TubeBuddy is another good one. Yeah, they can give you some good ideas. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know if I believe I am subscribed to vidIQ. So there's a plug-in and you get a little bit more data on your YouTube channel as well, like how many times more than normal are your videos getting views, those sorts of things I like. But there's also, they can help you with keyword research as well. Is it too late to start YouTube a channel at age 53? Absolutely not. I'll tell you, there's a guy named Mike who is 80 years old, and he started his channel, I don't think it's been 2 months, like 2 months ago. And last I checked, he was over 4,000 subscribers and growing. He's teaching 80-year-olds and up how to start YouTube. So, yeah. And he's just starting himself. So 53? No. He's got 30 years on you. So, and he just started. Age is not a factor at all. YouTube Shorts, definitely not. Going to use a Sony camcorder for my videos. It's an HD one. Very good. That's totally fine. I'm 57. I still do videos. There's no such thing as age. There's only state of mind. Absolutely. Okay, I just noticed Todd's question here now that I answered over half an hour ago, so I'm way behind. Sorry, guys. I see the answer to what a maritimer is, but I noticed the question, but I must have zipped past it. But yeah, a maritimer is someone from the Maritime Provinces of Canada, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and PEI. I'm in Nova Scotia, so yes, a maritimer. A maritimer is also somebody who likes or is around the water a lot. Like, the ocean is literally right in my backyard. I grew up sailing, boating, stuff like that, so I consider myself a true maritimer. I'm not a fisherman. I don't fish. I have fished with a rod and stuff, but actually they fish for lobster right out. Like, if I wanted to, I could go for a swim and pick a lobster up off the bottom of the ocean. It's pretty shallow. There's lobster right outside here. And actually, lobster season is just starting in another couple weeks, I think. Good morning. One last question. What remote microphone would you suggest for iPhone? I would recommend this, the DJI. Sorry, I got to hold my face for it to. This is the DJI mic. So that's, whoops, that's what it looks like. Comes with 2 microphones. So that's a mic, and this is the part that plugs into your phone. So if you see here, that, gotta hide, is that focusing? That plugs in, that's got the lightning connector on it now, but it also comes with a USB-C connector that you can put on it instead if you have an Android phone. And it comes with a wire if you want to plug it into like a Sony camera or a Canon, any DSLR camera. Where's that go? How's that go in there? Anyways, I'll have to put this back together later. So yeah, I recommend this. It's not cheap, but this is the older version. This is the DJI mic. They now have the DJI mic 2, which is $100 more, I think. But I want to say this is around $200, $250 maybe. But yeah, I love it. I love it. It's got a little magnetic thing so it can attach to your shirt. If I take this out here, if you can see that, you just take this magnetic piece off like that. Okay, and you put that under your shirt. Snaps, or you just use the clip that's on it. Okay, and it's got a hard drive right in it. So if I press this button here, which one? This one? There, that red light comes on. It's actually recording right now. If I stop it, it stops. So it can record right on the hard drive, an 8 gigabyte hard drive in this, but also it'll be recording in your phone through this transmitter. This is the transmitter, that's the receiver. Okay? I love that. I love that. Works great, but not cheap. All right, let me keep scrolling here. You thought I was a sailing enthusiast. Well, I am. I do love to sail. Okay, looking for questions. If you have any other questions, let me know. Okay, you guys having a nice little chat amongst yourselves. That's great. I love your new interview shows with other creators. You're doing a great job interviewing. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's totally outside my comfort zone. I've never done anything like that, like on a live or even in person. I've been interviewed before, and even that I was very nervous. That goes years ago. But anyways, it's fun. I'm having fun with it. What's the worst that can happen, right? I can make a fool of myself. Who cares? Definitely interesting trying to explain to non-East folk a 30-minute time zone. Oh, I must have missed. You must have been talking about Newfoundland above? Yeah, the province of Newfoundland, which is a little further east of here, they have their own time zone, like the only place in the world that has that. Newfoundland and Labrador, it's 30 minutes ahead of us. It's just after 4 here. It's just after 4:30 in Newfoundland. I enjoy FAQ videos. Okay, yes, I remember. Okay, we're going. That's about a half an hour ago. I was talking about that. I think that'd be good. Do a video like that. Q&A video would be good. I would watch. Regarding your question for input on a video, answering questions from your comment section, I have recently seen this done by a few creators and enjoyed them. Those videos were shorter with more to come. Yeah. There's always questions coming in, so that would be like an endless supply. Kind of like what I'm doing here. Like that is what I'm doing here. This is kind of a Q&A. But if I made a video answering questions, it would be tighter. Like this, I'm taking 2 hours to go through all of your questions. I could, maybe make a 10-minute or 15-minute video, and make it quicker. Cut out all the scrolling. The Rio Pell Room. Question. Hi, Rob. Does Camtasia have an option to normalize all audio in the timeline clips to a specific number? For example, the YouTube standard -14 LUFS. If it does, I don't use it. I don't believe so. It does have a normalizing. The audio. What am I trying to say? The audio editing capabilities within Camtasia are not as robust as some other programs. So I don't use any of them. I use Adobe Audition to process my audio, make it sound as good as I can. Then I bring it into Camtasia, and yeah, you can have things come in and have things normalize. But what I'll do is I'll adjust volume levels of each track to make sure everything is mixed the way I want it. Like I don't want background music to be too loud so that you can't hear me in cases where I have background music. Like the ending of a lot of my videos, I'll often put bloopers in and I'll have music playing as well. I don't want the music to be too loud that you can't hear me, so I'll lower the volume on that. As for the number of LUFs, or I don't know. I don't think it gets into that. Looking for the cues, looking for the questions. How has live streaming impacted your watch hours? I heard that's a great way to get watch hours fast. It is. If you are, and actually I never finished my thought on getting monetized. If you're wanting to get monetized, meaning the 1,000 hours and the 4,000 the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 watch hours, those are the two main requirements. There's other requirements, but those are the two main requirements to get monetized. If that's what you want, more often than not, people will get the 1,000 subscribers before the 4,000 watch hours, and it's the watch hours they have to spend extra time getting. Not always, but that's what I see more often than not. That was the case with me. But again, I took a long break. I crossed the 1,000 subscriber mark while I wasn't making videos. Anyways, I think I was over 3,000 subscribers before I got the 4,000 watch hours. But to answer your question, if it is watch hours you're looking to get, then yes, live streams are a fantastic way to grow your watch hours fast. And if I can give you an example here. Did I delete that? I deleted it. Okay. Well, actually, no, I could probably find it again. Hang on. Let me, yeah, here we go. Yeah, so let me share this with you guys. Here, this is a photo that I took of yesterday's live stream. All right, so in yesterday's live stream, I had 102 peak viewers. Okay, so that's how many people were watching at one time. So that's great. That's actually higher than normal. 354 total views. So some people come and go, right? The average view duration was over 15 minutes. The stream was 1 hour and 12 minutes long. And the total watch time that got added to my watch hours was over 93 hours. Okay? So I did a 1 hour and 12 minute live stream, and that added over 93 hours to my watch hours. Now, let me just double check. I don't know if this is in here yet, but with the live stream, if I go to the content, sorry, I'm not sure. I'll share this with you in a second once I'm able to pull it up. Okay, yeah, no, that's great. I can pull this up. I don't want to lose this, so let's put this over here. No, you can't. I'm in the way. I have to make this screen smaller. I want you to be able to see all of this. Let's bring this down. All right, can you see that? So these are the analytics of this live stream as of right now. This is live. So there were 354 views of yesterday's 1 hour live stream. Again, the average person only watched just under 16 minutes of it. Now there's up to 799 views, and the watch hours are up to 210 watch hours. So the watch time has more than doubled already since I went live. So that's because people are watching it after the fact, okay? And in fact, this is probably even low because, again, remember when I said I also created a podcast out of this. There's a podcast video that's competing with this. What's the best way to show you that? If I just pull it up on another screen, content, podcasts, and analytics. Is this going to work? No, that looks a little bit different. So this is the podcast one. It says 245 hours, but I think that's both of them. Like the one from last week and then the one from this week. So I don't know that that applies. But anyways, that's what I wanted to show you. The fact that you can get a lot of watch hours. You can get a lot of watch hours by doing live streams, 100%. So anyways, I hope that helped. Sorry, I'm kind of bouncing around a little bit here. Where was I? Go back to there. Okay. All right, let me go right back to the chat. You need a peanut cam. You got one right here. There's Peanut. Here, Peanut, say hi. Say hi. How you doing? I shouldn't bug her like that, but anyway, there's your peanut fix. Okay, looking for more questions here. Need to start lives. Yep, if watch hours are what you're after, then yeah, absolutely do lives. They'll start slow. I mean, obviously, like I had a lot of viewers yesterday. I think today we peaked at around, looks like we got up in the high 60s, not quite 70, I think, just judging by looking at the graph, which is great. But when I started it, again, I had 6 people watching. Now, if 6 people watch you for the whole hour, that's 6 hours, right? It took you an hour to do it, but you got 6 hours of watch time. And again, remember that lives live on as long as you keep them, right? You can delete them if you want, but I never do. Keep them, and they turn into videos on demand people can watch at any time. And they can continue to get watch hours. So, yeah, give it a shot. Okay, looking for questions. 7-hour stream. I don't think so. I don't know if I could do this for 7 hours. My voice would, my throat would dry out. I don't talk to anybody for 7 hours. I gently disagree, and that's totally fine. That is totally fine. I'm new on YouTube, so I can't say Rob is wrong, but I personally have all social medias and people come see my long-form content. People know what's on YouTube. Great. Yeah, just I guess what I shared was my experience, but yeah, I mean, there are people, and I've heard that people are set up in a way to try to drive more traffic to YouTube coming from other channels. So yeah, no, I don't. I guess I'll fall back on you can try different things and see what works, right? I've tried shorts. I didn't notice a big difference from it. I have heard that, you know, if I send people to my channel, I might actually be hurting things because you're kind of messing with the YouTube algorithm, YouTube trying to do its own thing. But, you know, is that right? I don't know. Like, again, I didn't notice much of anything happen by trying the shorts myself. And like my Instagram and TikTok accounts, they're way smaller than my YouTube. So I'll post reels there. I think I might have just over 200 people in Instagram and maybe, it's not even 100 in TikTok, right? So, but again, I don't drive people there from here either. Well, I kind of do. I guess it's in my description, in my signature, right? So people, you can go find my TikTok and Instagram if you want to. But I don't, you know, the main reason that I set up my Instagram was because I've never really been much of an Instagram user myself, but I've heard that that's a popular way for people to communicate. And if anybody wanted to know how to get a hold of me, well, that's one way. But you could also just click and get my email address from my YouTube channel or the form on my website, right? There's all other ways. I do agree that if you present people with a bunch of different ways to contact you, then they'll pick their favorite. So in that respect, it's not a bad idea to have different ways to contact you. DJI launched the DJI Mic Mini today. It's $169 US for 2 mics, receiver, and charge base. Really? Well, I guess maybe I bought this one a little too early. But I've got mine now. I don't need another one. But no, that sounds like it might be. I'll have a look at that. The Mic Mini. Check it out. That might be worth it. A smaller external mic set from Rode. Yeah, Rode is another good name for mics. Absolutely. Why don't you use OBS for live videos? Because I didn't like it. I have used OBS. The first time I went live, I used StreamYard. And I got used to that. That's pretty easy for people just starting out with live. My son actually suggested that I try OBS. He said it's more powerful, you'll get a better picture and all this stuff. So after I took my break, like over a year later, and when I went live again, so this is like a year ago, I did use OBS. And but the thing I liked about StreamYard at the time was the ability to just click and display chats like I'm displaying your chat right now. The only way to do that with OBS was to use like a third-party plugin that I just found clunky. It worked a couple times, then one week I couldn't get it to work. So my experience is OBS is free, and because of that, it's just not as well put together as like Ecamm, which I use and pay for and love. Another one that I think is good is Restream. I don't have any experience with that yet, but I've heard good things. So again, if you use OBS and it's working for you and you like it, then keep going with that. Again, it's free. That just means that some things I find are a little harder to learn. But if you're tech savvy and you can pick up this stuff pretty quickly, then OBS is probably going to be fine for a lot of people. So that's all. It's just a preference. You can totally do with OBS what I'm doing here, except I don't know if I can do the live interview thing with OBS. I don't know. If you can, it's probably with a plugin. And again, I worry that whenever you update OBS, it might break plugins. I think that's maybe what happened to my display chat thing. It broke when I updated OBS, I think. I'm not sure, but... No, 4,000 watch hours for your channel to get monetized, not for each video. It's for your whole channel. So every time you add a new video to it, that's just one more video that could be accumulating watch hours. So, my God, yeah, 4,000 watch hours from one video, that'd be hard to do. Not impossible, but yeah, you only need to hit that once in a year's time. Well, you need to keep hitting it. Like you can't fall below 4,000 in your last 365 days, or you could get demonetized. I'm not sure if there's a grace period or something. There probably is. So they probably wouldn't demonetize you right away if you fell below that. But yes, Jason said it here. Over the previous 365 days, plus 1,000 or more subs in order to be monetized on YouTube. Yeah. Okay, cool peanut cam. Dogs are best friend, just joined. Awesome, welcome. And cats, dogs and cats. I grew up a dog person, not a cat person. Didn't have a cat until only last, I don't know, 20 years ago, first cat. Can you repeat everything you just said? I had to step away. Sorry, Jeremy, you can watch it on the replay. You're funny. Hola. Hola, Maribel. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. The Mic 2 is better. I've heard that. Yeah, I think you get a little bit better battery life with the Mic 2. And there's also, what's it called? Something about the float, 32-bit float, I think is what it's called. I might be getting that wrong. But basically, if you record yourself on this mic and the mic was too close to you and you were clipping and the audio is bad because you were clipping and the audio is too high, you're kind of stuck with it with this mic, but the DJI Mic 2 has something built into it to allow you to make that adjustment afterwards. Again, I think it's called the 32-bit float. Yes, Jeremy just confirmed. That's what it's called. So you can fix that afterwards, which is actually pretty cool. The battery life thing, I think you can get 15 hours with this, and with the Mic 2, I think it's 16 hours. So they're both pretty good. I'm not going to be recording outside for 15 hours anyways, so that's not an issue. I just crossed 50,000 watch time hours. Holy banana bread. Holy banana bread indeed. Wow. That's impressive. Congrats. Way to go. What else did I want to say? 2 more things, and then I'll let you guys go. Still 50 of you in here. Wow, you guys must not have anything better to do than to listen to me. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much for stopping in. Oh, Jeremy says, I mean the Mic 2 is better than the new Mic Mini. Okay, yeah, that would make sense. The Mic 2 is, I think it's over $300 too. How do you get an answer? Is there a form? I'm not sure what you're referring to. An answer to what? Oh, sorry. I missed one of your questions. I struggle with what niche I should be in. I'm living in a tiny trailer, my dog, because I found my birth parents in 2019, so I wanted to get to know them better and see loved ones. How do you get an answer? What's your question? I don't know let me know what your question is, and I'll try to give you an answer right here. I don't really have a form. Well, no, there is you could send me an email. I can, or a comment. Once this live stream is over, if I don't see your question before the live stream is over, you can always ask in the comments afterwards. Oh, you said, I was wondering if you have an idea for a niche. Okay. And you said you just found your birth parents. Oh, geez. I mean, it could be, the bottom line is, I mean, I could point you to a video that might help that I made. It's called, it's about finding your niche. But the bottom line is, if you can make videos that help people. So the first thing that popped into my head is, who else might be looking for their birth parents? You know, maybe you can help people find their birth parents. Maybe you can help people, like if you're living in a trailer next to your birth parents or closer to where your birth parents live, maybe there's things like, I have no idea, but like, let's say you struggle finding time or making time to be able to spend time with your birth parents, right? Like maybe you have some ideas that could help other people who might be in a similar situation. So I always fall back on trying to help other people with whatever your videos are about. It might be living with a dog in a trailer. Like that could be challenging, I can imagine. Where do you take them for walks? You know, maybe you can help people with that. So, you know, every video could be maybe centered in your trailer, and you talk about, one could be talking about cleaning up after your dog after he eats or whatever. I don't know. I'm spitballing here now. Yeah. Try to help other people. So any struggles that you've gone through, like locating your parents or setting up a trailer or living with a dog in a trailer, anything like that you've struggled with and now have learned how to do, you know, or have gone through it, maybe there's some lessons there you can help other people with. And then people will find your videos that way. If you can help people, they'll come back for more and they'll ask you questions. Like you can say, I hope this helped. If there's anything else I can help you with, feel free to let me know. And I will either answer you in the comments below or I may make a video about it. So things like that. I don't know if that helped, but if that doesn't help, I will go to, I'll show you this back to my channel here. The video is this one, Find Your Niche. Actually, so the title is Top YouTube Niches for Explosive Growth in 2024. A little bit clickbaity sounding, the title itself. Probably got that from ChatGPT. But on the thumbnail, it says Find Your Niche. So I talk about that, how to find your niche. I don't really talk about what are the best niches because there is no one niche that's best for everybody. You know, there's only the niche that's best for you. So that video hopefully will help you maybe try to identify what niche you could make videos about. So I hope that helps. And sorry, I missed your question there. I was scrolling too fast. Is this streamed with StreamYard? No, Ecamm Live. I'm using Ecamm Live on my MacBook Pro. No problem. No problem at all. That's what I'm here for. Jason uses a wireless mic system from Deity Microphones. Works well, but if it ever dies on me, LOL. No problem, Mustang. And if it works, that's right. I agree with Rob. Your whole situation is a niche. Everything he mentioned is content. You're going to get picked up quick with a story like that, in my opinion. Yeah, absolutely. You certainly could. Yeah. Ecamm Live. Yeah, actually it's spelled E-C-A-M-M. There's two M's. And Live. Yeah, Ecamm. I think it might just be Ecamm. Yeah, ecamm.com. Right here. That's what the logo looks like. It's ecamm.com. Meet Ecamm Live. And there you go. All kinds of videos. And it integrates with Zoom, right? Zoom, the meeting video platform. So like for those who are interested, when I do my my special guest live streams, the way I do it is I set up a Zoom meeting, right? And so yesterday, I sent Kevin a Zoom meeting link, right? For him to join a Zoom meeting with me. So he joined my Zoom meeting. I set that up about 15 minutes. Well, I set it up a couple days in advance, but 15 minutes before I go live, I go into that Zoom meeting and then I wait for Kevin to join. He joins the Zoom meeting. Then he and I are talking in the Zoom meeting. Ecamm Live has a plugin, Ecamm Live for Zoom or Zoom for Ecamm Live, whatever. It integrates tightly with Zoom so that I can, from Ecamm Live, I can launch a Zoom meeting or I can connect to a Zoom meeting. Right? I can start a scheduled Zoom meeting in Ecamm Live, and then anybody who's in my Zoom meeting, so I could have a Zoom meeting going with 5 people or however many people, Ecamm Live allows me to bring in up to 10 additional people into my live. Now, I would have to design the scenes, what it would look like, how am I going to lay out 10 different people in Ecamm so that it makes sense to you guys. And I may do something like that in the future, have several people on, right? As almost like a round table live stream. Why not? But I'll do a few more of these one-on-one guest appearances first before I go making it more complicated. Hey Aiden, how you doing? Reimagined by Jacqueline. Jacqueline, how you doing? Just joined Creators Cove. Awesome. Awesome. Is it better than StreamYard? I know StreamYard is a little on the expensive side. Yeah, so I was paying $20 a month for Ecamm Live. But when I wanted to integrate with Zoom and bring on guests, I needed to upgrade to the Pro. I think it's called Pro, but the $40 a month plan. But I think it's better. It's different than StreamYard in that Ecamm Live is software that runs on my computer. I download it, it runs on a Mac. It doesn't work on PC, only a Mac. StreamYard is browser-based, okay? So basically, it would connect to my YouTube, and I would just go into my browser, and I'd control things from there. The main difference is, like if I wanted to stream to more than one place, because I have a relatively slow upload speed for my internet, I would be better off with StreamYard, because with StreamYard, it's browser-based. I would stream up to StreamYard, and then all the scenes get created and invite guests in, but then from StreamYard, I can then send the stream out to YouTube, Facebook, wherever, like multiple places. Okay? I only have to upload once. Like one upload, and that's me and whatever I'm doing here. With Ecamm Live, if I wanted to stream out to more than one place, that would be 2 streams going out of my Mac using my internet connection out to YouTube and Facebook, say. And my upload speed, I think, is 15 gigabits per second. My download is like 900 or something, but my upload's only 15, and it's the upload that matters when you're streaming. So I think I'd be okay going to 2 places. I think I figured out that streaming at 1080p, which is what I'm doing, I only need 6 to 7 megabits per second upload speed. And with 15, I probably have enough to have 2 streams, but I'm just using YouTube, so it doesn't really matter to me. So anyway, those are the main differences. And I feel like the bit rate, the quality of the stream is better with Ecamm coming right from my computer than it was when it came from StreamYard. But again, I haven't used StreamYard in over a year. Maybe things are different now. I'm not too sure. Okay, so Jason's got a jet. See you, Jason. Thanks for stopping in today. $16 a month for standard, $32 a month for pro. Yeah, I think that's if you pay for the year. I think I'm paying $40 a month. I should probably pay for the year to get the price down to 32. I think you would do Vlogmas. Worth a shot, and I'll be in the desert in Mexico. Very good. Not a lot of snow in Mexico Christmas time. Gotta go. See you, Manhattan Pretty. Thanks for stopping in. Jeremy says, I see you've been doing interviews lately. When are you going to interview me? I don't know. I got the next 2 weeks already lined up. So next week, I'm interviewing Jason Velati from Camtasia. That'll be fun. That'll be a little bit different. The week after that, I've got somebody else. I haven't said who that is yet, but I will in due course. Got to keep some things hidden for a little while. Let's see. Sean Manahar, choosing my niche and have 2 options. Number 1, how I've grown my agency to $1 million a year, helping agencies, or 2, helping high-ticket doctors grow their practices. Thoughts? I don't know. Like my only advice would be, like, again, it depends on what you want to do. Like what your goal is. What's your goal of your YouTube channel? Are you trying to drive more business to a website? Then my advice would be to make videos on helping people, the people who may end up turning into clients in the future. So think of it that way. Whoever you want to be watching your videos, those are the people that you want to try to help in your videos, if that makes sense. So the more you help people, then eventually maybe they could become clients, right? The more free stuff you can give them, then maybe they could become clients later on. So that's the way I would think of it. So I can't really answer your question directly, but maybe that will help you in your thought process as to what to come up with. God, no snow. Okay, I think we're just about to the end. Oh, Dan, question about, so Dan says, is Jason the Camtasia evangelist? What does he do at Camtasia? I think he's one of their head trainers. Don't know what his title is. Actually, I could find it. If I go here and go, he is the Senior Training Specialist and Webinar Host and Presenter, Customer Education. He's a credentialed ATD Master Trainer at TechSmith, which is the parent company of Camtasia. So there you go. I think he knows his stuff. That's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. Yeah, so that's it. So the only other thing I wanted to mention is, just as I wrap up here, actually, let me just check one more thing. Okay. For those who, so just closing remarks. This is essentially the end of the live stream. Thanks, guys, for joining. It's been a lot of fun. It's been over 2.5 hours. Wow. Sorry about that. But before you go, we are in the middle of what's called Thanksgiving Day week, whatever, Black Friday week sales. I'm seeing all kinds of emails. People are putting sales on. So I did the same thing. If anybody is interested in the course that I created that will show you how I make my videos, I have it on sale this week, and there's a link to it. If not below this video, then below all my other videos. And use the, I don't even have graphics created for this, but if you use the coupon code THANKS24, then you'll get 50% off that. So it works out to like $48 instead of 97, something like that. So if you're at all interested, do it for this sometime between now and I think November 30th I have it on for. You can get that at half price. That's number one. And the other thing is, if anybody is interested in personalized help, I don't have a coaching program right now. At some point in the future, I plan on developing one, but what I do offer is one-on-one coaching or strategy call. If anybody's interested, you can book a call with me, and it's a Zoom call, and it would be for 50 minutes, and we can talk about whatever you want. And I've also got a link for that down below if anybody's interested, and you can pick the date and time that you want. I usually reserve 4 to 5 slots a week for that. But you'll see a whole lot more slots than that initially if they're not full. But once I get 5 filled up, I kind of close it off. Yeah, so I'm having a lot of fun with that, meeting some people face to face. It's good to put a face to people's names. So that's fun. So if anybody is interested in that, click the link below. And I think that is it. So yeah, the one-on-one, the course, Creators Cove, I already showed you. And I noticed a lot of you guys signed up during this live stream to Creators Cove. Again, that's free. So anybody who's interested in chatting with other like-minded, over 40 people who are just getting going with YouTube, if you want to compare notes or get extra help from me or from anybody else, join Creators Cove. That's totally free, and there's a whole bunch of chat rooms in there, and you can also DM me from within there if you want. So that said, I think that's it. No other questions in the chat? I don't think so. Thank you, guys. Next week again, Monday, special live stream with Jason Velati from Camtasia, and then Tuesday we'll do this again. But before that, Thursday or Friday, in another couple of days, I'm going to release another video, a walk and talk. I'm going to find a nice day, go outside, walk, talk, make a video. So look for that. And the very last thing I'll say is happy Thanksgiving to all of my American friends on Thursday. And go Lions. All right, guys. See you later. Bye.